Can we all just take a collective breath? A deep, cleansing, post-finale sigh of relief? On Wednesday, September 17th, the final episode of the Summer I Turned Pretty's third season graced our screens, and with it, an era came to a close. For 3 years, this show wasn't just something we watched, it was something we lived. It was the official sign that summer had arrived. It was the reason our group chats were on fire every week. It was the soundtrack to our lives, filled with perfectly placed Taylor Swift songs that had us sobbing into our popcorn. For 3 years, we were all honorary residents of Cousins Beach, and honestly, it has been an emotional marathon. If you somehow missed the wave, let me catch you up. The series revolves around the lovely and perpetually confused Belly Conklin, the wonderful Lola Tongue. For as long as she can remember, her heart has beaten for one person, the broody, thoughtful, and frustratingly distant Conrad Fisher, Christopher Briney. He was the sun, the moon, and the stars of her childhood summers. But as summers change, so do people. When Conrad's signals were more mixed than a forgotten cassette tape, Belly's eyes opened to someone who had been there all along, his warm, sunny, golden retriever of a younger brother, Jeremiah, Gavin Cosalegno. What unfolded was one of the most consuming, heart-wrenching, and addictively frustrating love triangles of our generation. Over 3 seasons and 11 episodes, we rode the roller coaster with Belly. We felt every secret glance, every whispered confession, every devastating heartbreak. We picked a side. Oh, did we pick a side? You were either Team Conrad or Team Jeremiah. There was no middle ground. Your choice said something about you, and we were all ready to write dissertations defending our boy. That's why, when the final credits rolled, the feeling wasn't just satisfaction. It was pure, unadulterated relief. Don't get me wrong, I adored this show. I was there, week after week, completely invested. It was a beautiful, nostalgic, coming-of-age story that captured the messy, magical feeling of first love. The ending they gave us was everything we could have hoped for, a beautifully earned conclusion that felt true to the characters we'd grown to love. But my goodness, I was exhausted. Incredible weight lifted off my shoulders. No more navigating the treacherous waters of social media every Wednesday, my thumb hovering nervously over the screen, terrified of seeing a spoiler before I could watch. No more falling down late-night rabbit holes of fan theories, analyzing the color of Belly's dress or the hidden meaning behind a song lyric. No more heated debates with friends that felt as serious as any political discourse. As dramatic as it sounds, I was genuinely thrilled to get a piece of my mental real estate back. The constant hum of the Summer I Turned Pretty hype could finally fade, making room for other obsessions to take root. I was ready to say a fond, tearful goodbye to Cousins Beach. So you can imagine my shock, the full-body jolt, when, just as I was settling into my post-sit piece, the news broke. It wasn't over. Not really. A movie is coming. My initial reaction was not one of joy. It was a visceral, oh, no. Please, no. My mind started racing. What more is there to say? Where else can this story possibly go? We got our ending. It was beautiful. Why are we stretching this out? Why are we milking a story that reached its natural, perfect conclusion? It wasn't that I didn't want more of Belly and Conrad's epic love story. It's that I was emotionally spent by it. Let's be real here, for anyone who read the books, or even for those who just paid close attention, we knew. We knew in our bones that Belly and Conrad were endgame. It was destiny, written in the stars and in every flashback to their childhoods. But knowing the destination and enduring the journey are two very different things. Watching their stories stretch across 3 years of our actual lives, countless text threads, and an infinite scroll of TikTok edits was emotionally taxing. We were tired of defending them, tired of waiting for them to just talk to each other, tired of the back and forth that gave us emotional whiplash. We waited week after week for an ending we already knew was coming, but we needed to see it with our own eyes to believe it, to feel it. And we did. Now, with a movie looming on the horizon, a movie that creator Jenny Han says won't be here for at least a year, that sweet, sweet relief I craved feels like it's being postponed indefinitely. But then, I took another breath. And in that breath, I found the silver lining. Han herself confirmed that this movie will be the final chapter. The real end. This isn't just a studio cash grab, this is the author, the creator of this world we love so much, telling us there's one last piece of the story she needs to tell. And if she says it's necessary, then I have to trust her. We all do. She gave us Belly, Conrad, and Jeremiah. She built Cousins Beach in our hearts. We owe it to her, and to these characters, to see it through to the very end. So, am I excited? Reluctantly, yes. I guess, at the end of the day, I am ready to have my heart broken and put back together one last time. Closure is coming. It may be a few years away, but it's on the horizon, like the lights of the Fisher house at the end of the long drive to Cousins. We'll get our final goodbye. Eventually. Then, all episodes of The Summer I Turned Pretty are streaming now on Prime Video. You know, in case you feel like putting yourself through the emotional ringer all over again.